I got some of the originally canceled 2022 LEGO Marvel Mechs, so it's time to give you a review. Hello to all of you beautiful people inside of my phone, and welcome back to another LEGO video. Today we are taking a look at the LEGO Marvel Wolverine Mech armor. The set number is 76202, the ages recommended are 7 and up, and it contains 141 pieces, but is it worth buying for $9.99 in US dollars? This set was one of 3 that were originally supposed to release on January 1st of 2022, but due to what the LEGO company called stability issues, they were held back in production after making minor adjustments to the design, though the model on the box is left unchanged and does not match the updated version. But more on that soon. Now I will admit, this will actually be the first ever Marvel mech that I have built, as I've never really felt pulled to buy one as an adult, so I'm coming in with a bit of personal bias against these types of sets, as they just look a bit more childish compared to what I typically would collect, says the adult man-child who collects LEGO Star Wars. I know. But I'm excited to branch out in order to bring you my honest feedback and recommendations for if you should go and pick one up or save your $10 for something else. Using an X-Acto knife to carefully cut the back of the box and open it up, we're treated with 3 bags of bricks and a small instruction manual which does have a progress bar at the bottom to track your completion of the set. I cracked open the parts and dumped them all out together since it's a small set free of any numbered bags. With a build time of approximately 12 minutes, this set is pretty simple to put together, though it is slightly repetitive considering that it is completely symmetrical, so you're building the hands, arms, and legs each twice. It's still a fun, quick build, but I do have some issues with this set. Though before we dive into those, let's take a look at something I do like, the Wolverine minifigure. Although the mask is not exclusive to this figure, being that it had first appeared in an X-Men set from 2014, I believe that the torso and headpiece both are. Unfortunately, there is no hairpiece included, which is honestly a big miss for me. The torso is pretty simplistic, with printing on both the front and back, flesh-toned arms, and blue-gloved hands, but I would have liked to have gotten some form of leg printing to really complete the look, which does wonderfully capture his comic book appearance. The face print gives us a menacing grin surrounded by a mutton chop's beard, while on the other side we get goggles making his eyes appear white with the mask over top. Lastly, we of course get silver claws for both hands to grab onto. With few variants of the Wolverine LEGO minifigure existing, this one is most accurate to his classic costume, which was originally introduced in 1975. While the minifigure is accurate to Marvel media, the rest of the set is completely original. Wolverine has never ridden in a mech before, unless you count his robotic armor from that Tech on Avengers comic, blah. But after all, this is a children's toy. Wait, what? Adults like LEGO too? And some are Marvel fans? Right. Uh-oh. I'm going to give you the good news first. There aren't any stickers in this set. We get 2 printed parts for the X symbol on the chest and belt, which look great, although they are slightly off-printed. This large yellow chest piece can flip down to access the inside, so you can easily stand in your Wolverine minifigure to operate this mechanical monstrosity. The piece that holds his legs works great for seating minifigures in a cockpit, but unfortunately does not work as well for standing situations like this, as it makes for a much looser connection, allowing the figure to wiggle around depending on your level of play. Now this mech is extremely flexible, and you can create some nice action poses with it, but after taking the time to play with him like I was 8 years old again, I realized it might be a little too flexible. It feels like there are so many joints that you quickly lose control while you're mindlessly moving it about, and it's so easy to get everything twisted around into a funky spot where you forget which side of the bicep is front or wonder if his inner thigh or shin is backwards. Not to mention that while I sat fiddling around with this guy, pieces kept falling off, specifically the claws. In an attempt to pretend he's swiping at something, all 3 sword pieces will easily detach from the hand. Also, the fingers will often slide off of the modified plates with bars. Although it may appear that the hands are able to grab onto something, they really can't, as the fingers aren't long enough and don't have enough dexterity to do so. On rare occasion, the arms can also disconnect from the torso if the tiles become detached after he takes a hit from the back. With all of these design flaws that I've been pointing out, you might be wondering what the problem was that delayed these sets in the first place. It's time to address the elephant in the room. Why was production delayed? It's the same reason why I'm not a better dancer. The problem is all in the hips. Unfortunately, Kohl's only packed this in a thin plastic bag, so the box is a bit beaten up, but it's still worth taking a look at, specifically to show you what has changed about the set. These hips don't lie, because this image of the original model shows a very different design utilizing the 3.2 shaft with 5.9 ball piece, which is also the same part that creates the ankle connection from the leg to the foot, but here it was inserted into a modified 1x1 plate with ring attachment, making for a far looser connection, which would account for the reported stability issues that caused the set to be pulled from the lineup at the beginning of the year. Truth be told, it does not appear that LEGO had hit their tracks very well, because I do have a minor issue with this new design. If you spread his legs and take a look, the ball joints protruding from both sides are not evenly parallel, and although it's not super noticeable at first, once you see it, you can't unsee it. I did attempt to take some time to try to fix this issue by experimenting with the pieces from the set, but ultimately, I can see why they chose this option, as it is the easiest solution without having to redesign more of the mech. Let me know if you would like me to make a separate video dedicated to figuring out a better alternative design. With all things considered, am I happy with my first Marvel mech purchase? In short, no. Honestly, a lot less than I thought it would be. But if you notice, the majority of issues that I take with this are from a kid's perspective. These sets are meant to be played with, right? You're meant to bash these big armored suits into each other, and because of how fragile it felt for me to play with at times, it couldn't even meet that expectation. Yes, it's a LEGO set. It's meant to disassemble. But the way that I see it is that it's only supposed to do so when you intend it to. It's a choice you make in your kid brain when you're making up action sequences. If you played with toys as a kid, you'll understand what I'm saying. Wolverine's claws shouldn't just pop off as he's fighting a supervillain. I really did want to like this, or at least find a reason to. The figure is probably reason enough to spend the $10 if you're a Marvel fan, as I don't think that this set is overpriced. And if you don't like the mech, you can always part it out and build your own creations. Because ultimately, that's what LEGO products are about anyways. Can I recommend this set based on the model that you get with the instructions? No. Can I recommend this set as a parts pack with a cool figure? If you're a fan of Marvel, and specifically Wolverine, then yes. Now it's your turn. Do you plan on picking this set up or not? And if you already own it, leave a comment with your thoughts down below, letting us know if you think it's worth it. Although this one left me a little disappointed, I'm very eager to see how the Black Panther mech measures up against it, so check out that review coming soon.